Okay, let's go again. So, yeah, 5-minute auto pairing while we're waiting. Title player, any title players play, or I mean watch rather. BXZ again. There's been quite a few this morning. Astronomical ratings 3165. So you might wonder what is the ranking BXZ on, say, this 3-1 TimeControl. Oh. Penguin. Okay, rpenquin. Try Tarrasch again, maybe. Okay. It's going for the IQP. Right, have I misplayed it? Is a check dangerous already? How's he been doing? Look at his history. He's lost 3 in a row. Okay. If I play Bishop D3 or Knight C3 here, he can't take eggs. Bishop E5. I'll put this back. So we have a typical. Hang on a sec. Is this typical Bishop B5 here? Bishop D7. Bishop D7. Is Queen A4 worth flinging in? I don't know. Typical battery for Bishop G5. I hope. Don't know if this is too slow in this particular position. Bishop C2. So Bishop G5, Queen D3. Right, so what would he be thinking about here? I wonder how to blockade successfully D5. So the isolated queen's pawn offers advantages. You've got pegs onto C5 and E5. Play Queen D3 here. Just provoke weakness. Okay, then go into that. You've got the the C and E file pressure. You've got the pegs, but structurally, in some endings you're going to lose. Sometimes you've got dynamism against the king, like rook E6s or sacks like that. I think I'm going to try and increase the dynamism here with H4. Try and soften this king on and weaken myself on the diagonal. D4 is a bit vulnerable actually as well. These guys are looking at D4 as if it's the next dinner. Okay. Well, I could just take, couldn't I? Or Bishop G5. Try and soften this king side. Now Queen E4, Knight D4 looks dangerous, but Queen E5 there. Queen F6, there's H6. So let's go for that. Right. Aha. G4 here. Oh, that's terrible. Queen G4. What about Rook D1? Rook D1 for a sec. The Knight B4. Hang on. Always attacking. Is this a case of nebulous compensation? So what about, I don't know, knight g5, trying to threaten to do something like knight f7. Got knight b2, my queen side's falling apart. Knight h7, bishop g6, knight e4, knight e5, knight b2, knight f7, king takes. Bishop e4 here. Is that any use? Take. Get my knight out of trouble. Knight b2. Try for both knights to attack. I think I'm going to go for that because the bishop's a liability right now. Mind you, there's f5 here. Whoops. Winning a piece. Uh-oh. Okay, I'll take with the queen. If I just protect for a moment. Doesn't look particularly dynamic, this position. He's gobbled me up successfully. He's ahead on the clock. Sorry, is everyone getting disconnected today? Is it me that's disconnected now? Why is the clock stopped here? No, I've been disconnected. Have I? No, we're both on. Okay. So is queen e4, queen e5 is knight d3. Queen c2, okay. Right, knight e5 on the cards. Okay, better take. So knight e5 does something about f7, maybe knight g4. Actually, you could just take on e5. Whoa. Two pawns down. Nebulous compensation. But I can step in queen f6. We're both short on time now. Is rook c7 something? Unfortunately, I haven't got an h pawn to get to h6 here. Is the check deadly? I hope not. I can get a rook in. Maybe queen c1, rook c7. Get my king off back row. King h2 or something. g3 for king h2. No, rook c7 here. Oh, there's rook d1 simplifying. Oh, what about rook h4 actually as an idea? Try and keep some pressure going of some sort. If I can get to play g4. Right, queen e3. Okay. Queen f3. No, it's not good, is it? But he's very short on time. Oh, I've just blundered another pawn. It's going downhill. Let's try and keep something protected. Is there a check? Any use? Interesting. He's got Queen F1 on the cards. Seven seconds. A few more checks. Can be a pain. You've only got 3 seconds. Yep. He didn't do it. He didn't convert it. That's a miserable isolated queen spawn situation. He actually lost on times. Oh, gonna make him material. Sorry about that. It's a bit cruel, wasn't it? But it's not a game I'm really pleased with. Could I have improved? So H4 clearly. Bishop G7. Is this really Black's plan? Just, I suppose, I don't know, this bishop, is it more dangerous on the board or exchanging on G7 here? If I played bishop G5 just to make the queen uncomfortable, does he really want to play a move like F6? If he doesn't play that, then maybe the bishop is more dangerous to try and play H5 and then H6. Possibly bishop G5, just keeping more tension going. Didn't seem to do anything, this. After knight F4. Where did he nick his first pawn? Just there. He's just nicking his pawn literally here. So is H5 questionable? It doesn't. It seems as I'm on granite here, and the king is actually quite useful on G7 as well. If we look at this exchange, when it's not on, if it's on G8. Sometimes it's more dangerous for a sack on G6, but it seems as safe as houses and Black's ready for defensive moves. So I'm wondering about this. Would you guys have played bishop takes G7 there or bishop G5? And of course he's weakening my dark squares here with this bishop. Of course knight F4 immediately exploited here in the game continuation, which is sad. There was an interesting variation here. So he's on this. Oh, I could take the bishop, take it here. But if I played a check, actually he's got F6, maybe this was good for him as well. Just to win the exchange. It looks terrible. For me, I don't know, check. Queen's on F6. Something's gone wrong here. Because this doesn't look like there's anything going on for white. He's got this very strong pressure on the C file, and after this, you know, these guys are just looking extremely silly. So knight A3, knight B2, it just looks hopeless here in this position. Here, of course, he could have played F5, probably just totally winning as well. Peace. So yeah, I think this is my worst game of the morning, by far. 2 pawns up, then going 3 pawns up pretty soon, unfortunately. After that, well, it's pretty hopeless anyway. Queen F4 actually. Why not just Queen F4 here? Try and maintain some pressure. Yep. Then there might be Rook F4 after. Okay, fairly horrendous game. Sorry about that. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks so much.